any time to speak upon a matter of privilege suddenly arising, and he shall be prepared to move without notice. A motion declaring that the content of breach of privilege has been
suspension immediately.
All right, I had to call that because it went on and on and on and on. Barrister, I know definitely you must have watched this. You must have read about it or whatever. I actually watched and listened to her call. What's Berekete? Ahmed Issa, you know him, right?
Of course, right.
Yeah, Ahmed Issa placed a call to her, and I think they spoke live, and I had her own side of the whole thing, because initially I was wondering what could have, but whatever it is, I didn't even care what could have, because what could have warranted her having this outburst. Because when someone explodes in such a manner, it obviously means the person has been pushed to the wall. Honestly, I don't know for viewers who don't. Natasha is someone for the purpose of our viewers, or the benefit of our viewers rather. Natasha is someone that she's known to be a fighter. For someone to defeat what's his name, the former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, who is like a thug, for her to defeat Yahaya Bello politically, not by contest, but at least Yahaya Bello tried at all costs to make sure she did not win that senatorial district. Did everything he could. In fact, I was so surprised that the lady actually defeated Yahaya Bello hands down politically. So she is known to be a fighter. Now, when I watched that video, I just noticed a woman that felt frustrated and felt pushed to the wall, that she had to react. Probably she got to her breaking point. Now, Akpabio, for one, because when I had the whole thing, I had a phone conversation with Ahmed Issa. Akpabio, I don't know, she's been passing through, according to her, she's been facing a kind of harassment and all manner of intimidation and all sorts of things or whatever. And she decided to fight back, and fighting back. Women have their own way of fighting back, and just as anyone can always guess, they will always win. If a woman is fighting with a man, no matter what, even if the woman is a villain, she will always win. She win the fight. The public will actually side with her, and that's exactly what is happening. And in my own case, knowing Akpabio, who is a very flippant person, who talks anyhow, who is very, very, look, I don't know if we do not. Akpabio is the worst Senate president we've ever had. The worst, unserious, very, very criminal-minded, very flippant, who very vulgar, who talks anyhow, talks without decorum, without decency, very irresponsible. honestly, we've never had a Senate president that is. I don't know where that man is really really a bushman from wherever he came from. Honestly, so for that lady to speak to him, a whole Senate president, the way she did in public, it obviously means that, because they say respect is reciprocal. Excuse me, because if you don't respect yourself, your junior no go respect you. That's exactly the whole thing, because it's evident that the man is what Yoruba call agbaya, big for nothing. That's just the truth. An adult who behaves like a child, like a baby. That is what Akpabio is, and that is why a fellow senator, a junior senator, someone junior in age and junior in political status, can actually talk to you that way, because only God knows what he has done behind the scene, behind closed door, behind the scene, to warrant such kind of rant and yelling from the poor lady. Barrister, sorry for this long prologue. Please, what's your thought on that video?
You were very right about her pent up anger and frustration. The incidents did not start in that Senate procedure. It's something that has been going on for a while. She said that she mentioned an incident that happened some time back, and said from that incident she has been frustrated. She has been removed from many committees and many departments and other things, and they don't even allow her to speak on the floor of the Senate. So it is a culmination. Her outburst is a culmination of the recurring frustration that she feels has been ongoing. So, and of course, as a woman, when they are frustrated like that, they say anything, they vent out, the whole energy comes out. So that is what you saw happening there. Akpabio, again, did not act with maturity. He did not act with wisdom.
Of course.
Even at the very early stage of the diatribe, he ordered the sergeant at arms
to
take her out of the.
Honestly, can you imagine?
A very unwise decision. When you are Senate president, you are also a senator. You are just first among equals. You are not more than. But every senator comes from a constituency. You are equal, but they call you first among equals to direct the Senate. When you now have a feeling that you are superior to the other senators, it's going to have a problem. The fact that you are presiding there does not make you more of a senator than any other senator there. You are all of equal standing. But the position is there because somebody must chair, somebody must superintend the organization and management of the Senate. So most of them don't have that in mind. When you begin to feel you are superior, you are the boss, instead of first among equals, and you will dish out instruction, dish out orders at will. That does not show maturity. That does not show wisdom. And we see this in Akpabio again and again and again. He is, like you say, the worst. We thought Ahmed Lawan was a bad Senate president, but at least he was suave. He was suave and diplomatic. But this one is truly the worst Senate president that we have had so far. As far I wholeheartedly agree with your summation of that. Lawan was just a lame duck.
Lame duck, yeah, that is it. He was just a weak, very weak Senate president.
Weak president. But he was diplomatic and he was respectful.
Respectful, that is it.
But Akpabio is something else. He talks anyhow.
Very crude.
Talks down on his colleagues, makes statements that are out of kit with the position of a Senate president, number 3 president in the country. He is actually unfit for that office.
Yeah, he is.
But of course, the people who put him there know why they put him there. To attain a certain agenda.
Yeah.
So it's not about being and controlling the Senate very well for the development of the country. It's just that we want somebody there that will whip people into line, achieve our goals, what we set out to do. That's all.
So sad. It's so sad that a great country, Nigeria, that has the best brains among that have the best brains among that have among the best brains in the world. Anything best. Just mention it. You will find Nigeria will be listed there. Nigeria will be Nigerians or Nigeria will be listed there for one good thing or the other, one great thing or the other. But because our leaders are just rogues and thieves and hooligans and shenanigans, here we are, for God's sake. Nobody knows us anymore.
Don't forget, this is a person who has charges with EFCC worth almost 400 billion.
That's why I mentioned he's a criminal as well.
Nobody talks about that anymore since he became the Senate president. Everything has been pushed down. Nobody is mentioning the charges he faces with the EFCC. But daily, EFCC are arresting other people for something far less than what he is accused of. But that is Nigeria for you.
It is so sad, honestly. Anytime I just talk about Nigeria and where we have found ourselves, honestly, I weep, honestly, because it's always I'm always emotional when it comes to Nigerian issue, because we seem helpless, but we are not supposed to be helpless. That's the point. That is what frustrates me even more. We are helpless when we are not supposed to be helpless. But just because we don't know how to dare the situation. We don't know how. We are cowards. That's the right word. All of us are cowards and weaklings. I don't know. There are other climes that can never take 1/4 of what Nigerians are taking from their government or from their leaders. I'm telling you, that's the point. But here we are. We have taken more and more and taken even more every passing day. New kind of insult and mockery from the establishment, from our leaders. They met out mockery and disdain and disrespect at us. We just take it hook, line, and sinker. As I'm talking right now, after this, you will see people coming at the comment section, still calling me names for actually pointing this thing out. That is the Nigeria we have. That's the Nigerian factor. Inside this suffering, you see people still coming out to defend this government, to still call people, people like us that are just, we are speaking against the rot in the system. They still come out to attack us and call us names. What kind of country is this?
You have to expect that today in Nigeria, if a completely mad person comes out to look for power, there are a lot of people that will follow, even if he's naked. There are a lot of people that you see beating drums and following him. I remember what Shakespeare said, I think in Julius Caesar, that it is not in our stars that we are weaklings, but it is in ourselves. So don't let nobody say, oh, our stars are, but it is us, it's within us that we are weaklings.
Honestly, yeah, absolutely right.
We are not able to hold our leaders accountable.
Honestly.
And that is why the country is in the state it is in today. Despite abundant human and natural and mineral resources and everything that should make a country great, that should make a people proud and happy.
We have it all. We have it all. All human, natural, Everything, we just have it all. But here we are, impoverished. Huh? It is so sad. It's so sad. Honestly, I just pray for the day that our leaders will be held to account. Honestly, I daily pray all day, every day for this. When it will come to a point where Nigerians will just wake up and just behave like people that we are hypnotized, but their eyes their eyes have become clear of what really is happening. And you know what such situation what will follow such situation? It means that everybody will begin to hold our leaders to account. I just pray for the day we'll get to that point, because our leaders are really taking us for granted. They just believe that that we have been hypnotized. Therefore, and because they are the ones that hypnotized us, so they know our weaknesses. They know where to press the button to press to keep us to keep our mouth shut. So they just believe that we are all under their control. Therefore, there is nothing we can do. I just pray for the day God will disappoint them in this their illusion. Honestly, so sad.